go book yourself. Hello, I'm Sam and I am writing a low fantasy dystopia and I want you to read it. But if I want you to read something that I wrote, then I need to show you what I've been reading. So here are 9 books that make up me, 3 of which inspired my story. Book number 1, The Hobbit. Best beginner fantasy out there. You can see I've read this book a lot. It's falling apart. I'm sure you know the story. Looking back, I think the reason I love this book so much is because the main character is a bookish nerd who doesn't want to go outside and do new things. As an autistic lad, I related. But he does go and experience new and dangerous things, and it makes him grow as a person, which has been my experience as well. I hope. I think. I love all the sea shanties that Tolkien's put in here that the dwarves sing that really expand the world and make it stand out. They really add to the aesthetic and make this a fantastic read. It's just so readable. It's so easy to just dive into. There's no real learning curve with reading this, but it's still clever. It doesn't talk down to the reader, and it's written in that kind of parental voice? Narrator voice. Like when your parents are reading your bedtime story. So your brain is equipped to handle it. Even if you're like 1, especially if you're 1, you should read at age of 1. Come on, guys, what are you wasting time for? I don't think there's any 1-year-olds watching this. If there is, make sure to like. Book number 2, Halls. I read this one in school. The lowest low fantasy I've read, and that is a compliment. It's so grounded, even though you've got this curse going on, these family ties, and this big mystery. It's such an original idea as well. A bunch of lads going to a juvenile correction facility that's actually in a desert where they have to dig holes every day, but they are kind of digging for something shiny. All the asides and flashbacks are really good at breaking up the monotony that the boys are going through and really pacing out the book very nicely. You get bits and pieces of the mystery as you go. It's fantastic and so engaging, and the chapters are quite short, so it feels paced very nicely. It's even got fantasy creatures. Yellow spotted lizards are not real, newsflash, thankfully. Book 3, no. I'm sorry. Jurassic Park. Hot take, I think this is better than the film. It's an actual horror in the book. Some of the most visceral descriptions I've ever read. It's quite dense. There's a lot of sort of in-universe explanation for how they're able to bring back the dinosaurs, whereas it's a lot more simplified in the film. But it's terrifying. It's the best dinosaur horror I've ever read. Absolutely, it is absolutely frightening. The setup for it is like a fantastic mystery. It's a classic horror, this. I found this by accident. This isn't the first book I had of it. I found it randomly in this weird duology with a completely unrelated book at like a book fair. I thought the film came first. Boy, was I wrong. Don't get me wrong, the film's fantastic, but when you read this, you'll realise how sanitized they had to make it for general audiences. Book 4, Legends and Lattes. If you like cozy, if you like quiet, if you like an interesting character building a cafe, ow. Then this is a book for you. I think I heard about it on TikTok and it was a worthwhile purchase. I have a lot of fun reading this book. It's so cozy, it's so like fun, it's real slice of life, but it's just in a fantasy world. It just happens to take place in a fantasy world. There's still plot going on. It's not just them building a cafe and running it. There's other things going on as well, but that's the central heart of this book. It's so like naturally flowing. I love reading it. You know, when I want to perk myself up or just feel a little bit better, this is the book for me for that. Also, I love smashing two things together, like fantasy and slice of life. That is a match made in heaven. Dystopia and mermaids. Book 5. Every day I'm shuffling. Every day I am someone else. I am myself. I know I am myself, but I am also someone else. It has always been like this. This is another fantastic low fantasy that feels pretty grounded, but the main character doesn't really have a body. They wake up as somebody else every single day and the dysphoria is real. It really opened up my mind about body dysmorphia as to what that could feel like and how distressing that could be. So I think it's a fantastic book to understand that a little bit more. And it's a romance, and I love romance, so you get me. Book 6, The Queen's Rise. Is this cheating? It's technically 3 books in one, but I define it as one complete story. So, I mean, I got the version that is one big book. So, my favourite book of all time. I love this series. You've seen me gush about it on TikTok. If you haven't, you should. Well, you're going to get it here, so maybe don't. But it's so good. I've been following Bethany Tazadeh for over a year now on YouTube. She's been very helpful with writer talks and discussing what it's like to be a self-published author. And I've read pretty much a whole library of books. And when I found out about this, I thought I'll like it. I didn't expect to love it as much as I do. Her prose is fascinating, her world building really good and strong. She does a lot of fantasy retellings, which isn't normally my thing, but I really enjoyed the Aladdin retelling, The Stolen Kingdom, and so I read through that series, and this is about the villain in that series in her rise to power, which... I love Darth Vader, so of course I knew I was going to love this. Because it's a fall arc, the stories are slightly darker, which I really connect with. The first one is about her struggle with a big secret. That is the secret gift. Second one is about her trying to fit in the royal court after she's gotten in with the prince. When she's not really supposed to be there. That's a secret shadow, a lot of subterfuge, sort of court shenanigans, which I actually really enjoyed. And the last one is the secret curse, where it all kicks off. She ascends to full villainy, and it is fantastic. Speaking of Darth Vader, honourable mention, Editor Sam here. I realise I included too many books in this video. It's not 9, it's actually 10, so I didn't want to actually cut this because I really do like this book, but I need to actually have space for one of the books that defines my own book on this list. So this is more of a fun aside. Revenge of the Sith. This story happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It is already over. Nothing can be done to change it. This brings the tragedy forefront, and it really gives what was lacking in the film for me. There's added scenes, extended moments, and it literally drops you into the headspace of a given character in a scene by going, this is what it feels like to be Anakin Skywalker, or this is what it feels like to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then describes how they're feeling, how they're moving, why they're making the decisions they are. And it's so well done from that character work perspective. Book 7, The Host. Say what you want about Twilight. I think Maya has great prose. The way she writes is incredibly engaging. I don't always agree with some of the story decisions she makes, but I actually do really like her books. This is one of my comp titles for the book that I'm writing because it's from the perspective of the supernatural creature engaging with humanity in a dystopian setting, which is basically what happens in my book, but with mermaids. The difficulty the humans have in accepting her because she's wearing the face of one of their dear friends, not knowing that friend is still trapped in their head, is so poignant and so existentially terrifying. The found family elements are strong in this one, and I really like that. Book 8, Mindwalker. I need to stop slamming books against my head. This book is my other comp title. Mindwalker is about a character who goes into the minds of soldiers in the field and takes over their body when they're in difficult situations to get them out of it. Kind of assassin-y, kind of a bit like robot-y, and it's really cool. And she ends up having to go on the run, figure some things out in the city. The world building is so cool. This techno-punk kind of world is really fascinating and so easy to dive into, and just the whole mystery element is a massive impact on how my story has ended up, with that through line mystery that I've got going on about spoilers, whatever. But yeah, it's really good, so easy to dive into, and I love Kate Dillon's work. I've bought most of her books now. Book 9, The Hunger Games. Catch Your Fire is my favourite. I really do love this book. My favourite read. I don't ever find books that actually deal with the growing tensions building up to war in such an engrossing way. The strife in this one is the Katniss and Peter of it all is really good. It's so tense. It's really influenced the way that I talk about societies in my book, the way that I deal with dystopia. It's not as dark in my story, but the structure of it, the way that it works with leading characters, how they're able to find their own identities under this kind of oppression, has definitely fed into the way that the main character acts and his friends to try and survive. So yeah, those are 9 books that make up me. I really enjoy those stories. I think they're fantastic. They are books that I have reread on more than one occasion, especially the last 2 that do have a lot of impact in the way that my story's formed, with the found family vibes, the mystery elements, the leading sci-fi creatures as the main characters, you know, That's all had a massive influence on me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you decide to read any of these books, let me know how it goes, or if you have any other book suggestions that match those vibes that I've just mentioned, please tell me. I want to read more. So let me know if you like reading and subscribe to me. Thanks for reading.